From the Presidential Palace, Manila, Dateline Malacañang.
Good day, this is Dateline Malacañang, and here are the news. On the top story, Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. led the conferment of awards to the winners of the 2024 Search for Outstanding Government Workers at the Ceremonial Hall in Malacañang Palace on Wednesday. The awardees are being recognized by the President and Civil Service Commission or CSC for demonstrating outstanding performance, extraordinary acts or services that contribute to the attainment of efficiency, economy, and improvement of government operations, and consistent display of exemplary ethical behavior. Three award categories comprise the CSC's Annual Honor Awards Program or HAP, the Presidential Lingkod Bayan, Outstanding Public Official and Employee Award or Dangal ng Bayan, and the CSC Pag-asa Award. Today's ceremony is the culmination of the 124th Philippine Civil Service Anniversary, which is celebrated every September. Here is Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.
Happy 124th Philippine Civil Service Anniversary to my fellow workers in government. Perhaps in the past, when people hear of quote-unquote government service, they tend to picture long lines, rows of desks, piles of papers, and faces weary from the daily grind. That's still true. That is the kind of atmosphere, this is the environment that we have to work with. However, we all know that the truth is far more nuanced than that image. This is because even when we deal with routine, serving in government can be challenging, exciting, and rewarding, especially when we are at the forefront of something innovative or when we are changing people's lives. We serve because we make a difference. We serve because it is in our DNA. We serve because we love the Philippines. Today, however, we are shining a light on our fellow public servants whose extraordinary acts of service have contributed to the efficiency, to the economy, and to the improvement of government operations and the provision of services. Created under the Civil Service Act of 1959, our annual Search for Outstanding Government Workers started as the Employees' Suggestions and Incentives Award System. It was later fortified by my father, then President Ferdinand Marcos Sr., through Presidential Decree number 807 of 1975, which created the Presidential or Lingkod Bayan and Silangan Awards, the Civil Service Commission or Pag-asa Award, and the Agency or Kapwa Award. We continue to administer these National Honor Awards today through the Honor Awards program. It has been 65 years since we began this practice, and while the acronyms and the titles attached to these awards may have changed, the purpose remains the same: to recognize and to honor those who have made an outstanding contribution in the field of public service. We are fortunate to be in the presence of these outstanding exemplars and to hear tales of feats and achievements. And I think you will have noticed that when we were together on stage, we were having some very animated discussions, because I have to say that we are all very, very impressed by the quality of the work that was exhibited by the winners, and no doubt those who did not win this year, but will one day do so. The quality of the work and the initiative that people have shown really belies the general image of the civil servant as being a bit of a drudge and being not terribly imaginative, and just going about their very ordinary work and mundane work. Well, this proves to everyone that we know that that's not the case. We know that in our life, every day is different. Every day is interesting. Unfortunately, we have to add to that, every day is hard. But now when we see the different awardees and the reasons why they have been awarded today, I cannot avoid having to express how impressed I am, and I think we all are, by the quality of work. And if we continue with this kind and keep the bar this high, I have, once again, my optimism for the future of the Philippines is like a balloon and goes up higher and higher and higher. Our Presidential Lingkod Bayan awardees have shown us that it is possible for public servants to make a deep and lasting impact beyond the confines of our communities and our institutions. One of our awardees, a municipal department head in Iloilo, whose vision drove him to transform a 15-hectare abandoned fish pond into an eco-park. His hard work and dedication inspired more than 217 volunteer groups, or 1,000 volunteers, to contribute into planting 150,000 mangroves. Through this initiative, it improved the economy and is engaged to protect the forest, elevated the quality of coastal waters, lessened the damage caused by storm surges, and typhoons. Just a little thing, which started just as an idea in one's head. And if we are determined to make it happen, to make it work, you will find that there are many people who are also willing to sacrifice, to volunteer, and to help you, so long as they feel that it is in a good cause. Ganyan naman na kasi ang ugali ng Pinoy. Talagang along yung sinasabi, akala natin kuminsan, dahil hindi naman masyadong nababanggit at napaka-komplikado na ng buhay, ay yung sinasabi, ang tanging katangian ng Pilipino ay yung nagbabayanihan. And that is where we need leaders such as these awardees to lead the way and to inspire people to come and to do this work. And again, I have always found that there are very, very many Filipinos by nature are helpful. Filipinos by nature love the Philippines. Filipinos by nature love Filipinos. And if it is a very sincere effort that has a very good chance of success, Filipinos will rally behind whatever it is that you are doing, especially if the quality of the work, once again, is the way at the level that we have shown with these awardees. And with all of those, I am sure there are all still so many that are not recognized today, but are doing very important work and are making a very big difference in their communities. Furthermore, among our group of awardees, the pioneers of the Health Beyond Bars program, which provides a competitive health care to persons deprived of liberty, promoting their well-being through activities, training, and educational programs. Our CSC Pag-asa awardees have demonstrated that innovation and excellence in public service could benefit more than one department of government. Our Dangal ng Bayan awardees embody not only the image of an ideal public servant, but of the ideal Filipino, showing us that we can transform and save lives even in our day-to-day activities. So let me congratulate this year's outstanding government workers. Your exceptional service, you're complemented by your principles, your virtues, your hard work has truly inspired everyone to strive to make a difference in our society. You serve as the pillars upon which our government can draw its confidence and to build its momentum in achieving a bagong Pilipinas. So let us remember that the impact of our work does not lie in the recognition that we receive or the laurels that we are given. It lies in the hearts that we have touched, the communities that we have reached, and the lives that we have changed. After all, government work is about making our people, our country, and our world better than when we found it. Let us continue to live by our constitutional mandate that public office is a public trust. We should remain transparent, accountable to all our people, and to serve them with integrity, loyalty, and efficiency. So as we push back the boundaries of public service, let us strive to be Bagong Pilipino, one who will make our vision of a prosperous, progressive, and equitable society a reality within our lifetimes. Once again, thank you for all the good work that you all do. And I hope that this small recognition that we do today to our awardees, it just serves to remind us of the army of people who are working quietly, who are not recognized, but continue to go to work every day and do their job the best way that they can. And for that, I thank you all who are in the civil service. Maraming salamat po. At magpatuloy po tayo sa paglilingkod at sa pagbuo ng isang mas maliwanag at mas masaganang kinabukasan para sa ating bansa.
Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.
Dateline Malacañang.
Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. on Tuesday received the Philippine Public Financial Management or PFM Reforms Roadmap for 2024 to 2028 in a ceremony at the Heroes Hall in Malacañang Palace. The PFM Reforms Roadmap 2024 to 2028 serves as the country's blueprint that seeks to harmonize policies across government agencies and promotes transparency in the use of public funds, in line with the Philippine Development Plan or PDP 2023 to 2028. Through the Department of Budget and Management or DBM and the PFM Committee, the roadmap highlights the need for stronger coordination across all sectors in resource management, capacity building, integration of technology, and stricter implementation of financial programs. In his speech, the President said this roadmap gives the government a clear mandate of ensuring that public funds serve as a purpose that truly matters and will make a difference. The Chief Executive expressed confidence that with the new roadmap, the government can now act faster and deliver better services to the Filipino people. Let us listen to the speech of Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. during the event.
As we convene for the endorsement of the Public Financial Management Reforms Roadmap of 2024 to 2028, we find ourselves at a critical juncture in our nation's pursuit of meaningful transformation. It is not just a mere endorsement of policy. It is a reaffirmation of our collective resolve to build a system that serves not just the present, but the future of every Filipino. With this roadmap, we give a clear mandate of ensuring that the money entrusted to us by the people serves a purpose that truly matters, that will make a difference. It is about swift, efficient disaster relief and response actions so that no community is left behind when disasters strike. It is about better public health care access, ensuring that medical costs do not become yet another burden for our citizens. It is about expanding social services, creating not just a safety net, but opportunities for every Filipino to succeed, no matter what their circumstances may be. Because of this, I issued Executive Order number 29 last June of 2023 in order to strengthen the public financial management information systems and to streamline its processes. The PFM committee was directed to revisit our policies, to revise outdated frameworks and create a strategic roadmap that reflects the changing needs of the Filipino people. It's one thing to create policy, but another to ensure that they are properly implemented and with real tangible results that will be felt by ordinary Filipinos. As we stand here today, we have in our hands the Philippine PFM Reforms Roadmap 2024 to 2028. a product, I know, of a great deal of hard work and much dedication from those who were involved. That challenges the status quo. We question what we have grown accustomed to and drive change that require not just technical expertise, but in fact requires courage and conviction and an exercise of political will. It emphasizes stronger coordination in resource management, greater capacity building, wider integration of technology, and stricter implementation of financial programs across sectors. In this new PFM, we are committed to synchronize planning and budgeting at our local, regional, and national levels, as well as streamlining our institutional frameworks to reduce the time spent on bureaucratic processes. Because the faster we move, the faster we deliver our services to our people. For cash management policies and processes, the monthly disbursement program schedule will be revisited, and the payment systems for public expenditures will be modernized. There will be an assessment of non-compliant agencies with the preparation of asset management plans. We will also conduct measures to address their issues. Moreover, capacity building programs for lagging agencies will also be implemented, and so that we adopt these new systems together, and that there is a common, shall we say, language between all of the agencies. Meanwhile, under accounting and auditing, we will standardize internal audit guidance by consolidating existing manuals and standards across agencies. As part of the capacity development focus, we work towards the creation of a PFM Institute with expert practitioners and dynamic training courses for all of those who are working within the system. Ladies and gentlemen, digitalization is not just a trend, but it is a necessity in making informed decisions in the modern world. Under the digital PFM, we will implement and map data systems for the budget and treasury managed system, revisit the unified accounts code structure, and create a policy framework for PFM data sharing. My colleagues in the national and local governments, as well as our development partners, this roadmap is not just about figures and systems and structures and plans and charts. It is about embracing innovation and using that to our advantage in order to provide more efficient, more streamlined services to the public. Because true progress is about moving beyond what we have always done and questioning how much we can be, true progress is about how we find ways to flourish in this ever-changing world. So congratulations to everyone involved in the crafting of the PFM Reforms Roadmap 2024 to 2028. Of course, with the strong support of our partners, especially with ADB, I am confident that the PFM Reforms Roadmap, anchored on the Philippine Development Plan 2023 to 2028, will lead the nation to a higher growth trajectory and ultimately to reducing poverty and achieving genuine prosperity. Consider yourselves as the forerunners of this new era, this bagong Pilipinas that we are building. This is one of those building blocks that is necessary if we are to succeed in building a better Philippines.
You just heard Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.
Dateline Malacañang.
Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. on Tuesday ordered the Presidential Communications Office or PCO and Department of Health or DOH to join hands for an intensified information drive on immunization for children as he presided over a sectoral meeting at the State Dining Room in Malacañang Palace. During the meeting, the President has approved the allotment of 7.9 billion pesos for the Department of Health or DOH's National Immunization Program. The approved budget was higher than the previous 6.4 billion pesos budget allotted for the DOH's immunization program. The chief executive stressed the need to partner with the private media and utilize social media platforms in placing public service announcements on the importance of vaccinating children. In a palace press briefing, After the sectoral meeting, DOH Secretary Teodoro Herbosa said the coverage of fully immunized children, or FIC, in the Philippines is below the 95% target since 2010, with the country reaching only 34.7% or FIC as of July 2024. To address this problem, DOH will be holding a big catch-up campaign, which includes a nationwide Bakuna Eskwela this coming October 7. Herbosa said the Bakuna Eskwela program covers grades 1, 4, and 7 students in all public schools nationwide. Under the school-based immunization program, vaccines for human papillomaviruses or HPV, measles, rubella, tetanus, and diphtheria will be administered to the students. Secretary Herbosa clarified that the vaccination is not mandatory and still needs parents' consent.
Dateline Malacañang.
Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. on Tuesday welcomed Marubeni Corporation President and Chief Executive Officer CEO Masumi Kakinoki during a courtesy call at the study room in Malacañang Palace. During their meeting, the President highlighted Marubeni's century-long presence in the country and expressed his hopes for further collaboration in the nation's development agenda. In a social media post, the Chief Executive Marubeni's significant investments in energy, water, infrastructure, and manufacturing improve services for millions of Filipinos and generate jobs across the country. President Marcos added that with his administration's full support, partnerships will drive real progress towards a bagong Pilipinas or new Philippines. Marubeni Corporation is a leading Japanese global trading company that operates in various sectors, focusing on trade, investments, and large-scale infrastructure projects in over 60 countries.
Dateline Malacañang.
Malacañang issued Memorandum Circular MC-64 shortening the work hours in government offices on September 23, in line with the observance of the 32nd National Family Week and Kainang Pamilya Mahalaga Day under MC-64. Signed by Executive Secretary Lucas Bersamin on September 12th, work in the executive branch will be suspended from 3 o'clock in the afternoon onwards that day. MC-64 recognizes the need for government workers to celebrate with their families the National Family Week and Kainang Pamilya Mahalaga Day. The Memorandum Circular encourages the suspension of work in all branches of government, independent commissions or bodies, and the private sector to afford all Filipino families the full opportunity to celebrate the 32nd National Family Week. However, MC-64 directs government agencies whose functions involve the delivery of basic and health services, preparedness, response to disasters and calamities, and the performance of other vital services to continue their operations and render the necessary services. Proclamation 60, issued in 1992, declares the last week of September of every year as Family Week. On the other hand, Kainang Pamilya Mahalaga Day is held every fourth Monday of September every year by virtue of Proclamation 326 issued in 2012. The country commemorates the National Family Week to strengthen and promote unity, solidarity, and stability of the Filipino family as the basic unit of Filipino society. Kainang Pamilya Mahalaga Day is observed annually to highlight and celebrate the value of Filipino families. Sharing meals is a national tradition. The National Committee on the Filipino Family, mandated to promote the family as the foundation of the nation, is in charge of leading the national observance of Kainang Pamilya Mahalaga Day.
Dateline Malacañang.
Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. is well and busy with his duties the whole day, Health Secretary Teodoro Herbosa said. Herbosa issued a clarification after he initially said President Marcos was under the weather following his birthday celebration last week. Herbosa's initial statement was in response to a query during a palace press briefing as to why President Marcos was wearing a face mask during a sectoral meeting at the Malacañang Palace in Manila in the morning. President Marcos used the face mask only during the sectoral meeting and removed it during his other engagements at the palace, Herbosa said. Apart from the sectoral meeting, President Marcos attended the ceremonial endorsement of the Public Financial Management Reform Roadmap 2024 to 2028 and met with Marubeni Corporation President and Chief Executive Officer Masumi Kakinoki.
Dateline Malacañang.
The Philippine Department of Migrant Workers or DMW warned the public against fake overseas job postings being advertised on social media. Migrant Workers Secretary Hans Leo Kakdak said illegal postings misuse the names, addresses, and logos of legitimate and DMW licensed recruitment agencies to deceive prospective applicants. Secretary Kakdak said the overseas job offers involve direct hiring schemes that are illegal and without DMW approval. The advisory said that the DMW encouraged Filipino workers seeking overseas employment to deal only with licensed recruitment agencies. Kakdak said a job offer that requires early payment of fees through electronic transfer is a solid indication of a scam. He also noted that any transaction relative to overseas job applications should be conducted within the registered business address of a licensed recruitment agency. A meetup in places other than the registered address of the recruitment agency should be considered a red flag. Kakdak also noted that the collection of fees from a worker or an applicant must always be accompanied by an official receipt, which indicates the amount paid and the purpose of the payment. Based on data as of August this year, a total of 23,731 or 97.28% of 24,398 accounts and posts offering fake overseas jobs were taken down and deactivated by Meta Philippines as requested by DMW. Video sharing platform TikTok Philippines meanwhile deactivated or took down 9,436 accounts and posts or 85.37% out of the 11,053 requested by DMW.
Dateline Malacañang.
The Japanese embassy is now accepting applications for the highly competitive 2025 Japan Exchange and Teaching or JET program, which allows eligible Filipinos to work as assistant language teachers or ALTs in Japan. Filipinos accepted in the program will work in public or private schools or local boards of education as assistants in classes led by Japanese English teachers. Alongside ALTs, also up for grabs are slots for the Coordinator for International Relations or CIR's post. CIRs are placed mainly in local governments across Japan and assists in the international exchange matters by translating documents, project planning, designing, and implementation, oral and written communications with non-Japanese residents and communities, and other related tasks. Applicants must be Filipino citizens, possess excellent English communication skills, physically and mentally fit to work abroad, and hold a bachelor's degree or higher, or be able to obtain such qualifications by the designated arrival date. In addition to the above, applicants for the CIR position must possess Japanese Language Proficiency or JLPT N1 or its equivalent. The application forms and other requirements are available at the embassy website. Submission is due on November 6 for ALT applicants and on December 6 for CIR applicants. The JET program was introduced in 1987 to help deepen mutual understanding between the people of Japan and those of other countries through foreign language exchange and cultural immersion at the local level. In 2024, more than 120 JET or JET participants qualified from the Philippines, the largest batch in a single year, bringing the total number of participants from the Philippines to over 300.
Dateline Malacañang.
In other news, the Philippine Department of Agriculture, RDA, reported a positive response on Tuesday in 18 out of the 41 hogs vaccinated against African swine fever, or ASF, in 2 backyard farms in Lobo, Batangas. In a phone interview, DA Assistant Secretary for Swine and Poultry Constante Palabrica said the latest blood sampling results showed the development of at least 40% antibodies among the 18 hogs since the first government-controlled vaccination using AVAC live vaccines from Vietnam. Palabrica said the progress is still preliminary and that vaccinated hogs are expected to develop 90% antibodies in the next 14 days. 7 fatalities in total, however, were reported in the 2 farms, while other remaining hogs remained healthy and under close observation. DA Secretary Francisco Chu Laurel Jr. also expressed optimism about the long-term effects of the vaccination program in helping the hog industry recovery. Meanwhile, Palabrica said they are expediting procedures to roll out the remaining emergency procured AVAC live vaccines. Palabrica said it is necessary to respect procedures under the Food and Drug Administration or FDA, including gene sequencing, to ensure the safe administration of ASF vaccines. The DA aims to procure and roll out 150,000 doses of AVAC live vaccines in red zones in other parts of the country in October.
Dateline Malacañang.
The Philippine Department of Labor and Employment, or DOLE, said a job fair for displaced workers of Internet Gaming Licensees, or IGLs, formerly known as Philippine Offshore Gaming Operators, or POGOs, is slated next month. During the Kapihan sa Bagong Pilipinas Forum, DOLE National Capital Region Assistant Director Jude Thomas Trevilla said the special job fair would be held in Parañaque City on October 10. He also reported that over 19,000 workers will be displaced from these companies that have ceased operations this year. He added these employees are working in administration, encoding, human resources, liaison, finance, and information technology, among others. Meanwhile, DOLE NCR Assistant Director Olivia Obrero Samson also reported that an initial 70 employers are expected to participate in the job fair to be held at the Ayala Malls, Manila Bay along Diosdado Macapagal Boulevard. The job fair is organized in coordination with the Public Employment Services Office, or PESO, of the local government unit. Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. has given BOGO companies until the end of 2024 to cease their operations.
Dateline Malacañang.
The Philippine Economic Zone Authority, or PEZA, reported that its board of directors have approved 6.978 billion pesos of investments from 21 new and expansion projects. In a statement, PEZA said these project registrations were approved during a board meeting at the West Cebu Estate in Balamban, Cebu last August 27. According to PEZA, 6 of the approved projects are in the manufacturing sector, 6 information technology or IT enterprises, 4 eco-zone development, and 1 each in agro-industrial facilities enterprise, eco-zone utilities, eco-zone domestic enterprise, and eco-zone logistics service enterprise. It added these investments are projected to boost Philippine exports by $96.6 million annually. These projects will also create 2,300 direct jobs, particularly in areas where these investments are located, like Pampanga, Tarlac, General Santos City, Batangas, Cavite, Davao, Laguna, Cebu, and Metro Manila. With the registered projects last month, total PEZA approvals for the first 8 months of the year have reached 61.695 billion pesos.
Dateline Malacañang.
Finally, for Dateline Malacañang, the Armed Forces of the Philippines or AFP paid homage to its civilian employees during the 124th Civil Service Anniversary in Camp Aguinaldo on Wednesday. AFP Deputy Chief of Staff for Personnel Major General Romel Roldan said civilian personnel play a crucial role in supporting the military organization. During the ceremony, newly appointed and promoted civilian personnel took their oaths, while supervisors also renewed their oaths. Outstanding civilian employees and officers were also awarded for their performance and contribution to the military organization. Meanwhile, government employees get free rides at LRT2 and MRT3 on September 18 to 20 to mark the anniversary. Employee identification is required. The schedule of free rides for LRT2 is from 7 in the morning to 9 in the morning, 5 in the afternoon to 7 in the evening, and the MRT3 for the entire operating hours.
Dateline Malacañang.
And that is all for today's Dateline Malacañang for Radyo Pilipinas World Service. This has been Bea Gaza.
From the Presidential Palace, Manila. Dateline Malacañang.